You guessed it. Midori draws Miraculous, Ladybug, and Cat Noir the movie. Before we get to the summary, I know that most of my Miraculous content are in my Patreon. But I feel like I need to make a review of the movie. So if you're not a fan of Miraculous, but you're here to see my work in progress and listen to my review, then you're in the right place. If you've watched the movie, better, because this is not a spoiler-free video, and I'll be comparing some scenes in the series with the movie. Summary: Miraculous Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir is an animated French film series created by Thomas Astruc and produced by Jeremy Zag. The story focuses on two teenagers chosen to be the holders of the miraculous jewel while dealing with their school life and relationships. It has been an ongoing series and it is currently on season 5. So basically, this movie combined all the seasons except that the plot is a bit better than the series. Just imagine it as an alternate universe for Ladybug and Cat Noir, as this is Zag's version of the story. As a fan, it seems perfectly made, but of course there are a few flaws. Genre: magical girl, hero, fantasy, romance. About the characters. Master Fu narrating at the beginning was just perfect. I was hoping the powers of both Kwamis were explained thoroughly. We'll get to that later. I liked Marinette singing "I Believed in Me" because it actually showed her passion to become a fashion designer, in which the series failed to show. It also inspired me because there are moments that I question myself with what I do. As for Adrian, he gave me this mysterious vibe like Felix in the Miraculous promotional video. If you noticed Marinette drinking a cup of coffee or tea, it is also seen in the PV. So yes, the movie is a combination of the series and the PV altogether. If you haven't watched the PV yet, I'll include the link in the description below. I like Adrian's version in the series though, the kind and naive boy. I think I would have preferred if both Bridget and Felix were in the series and they are together. But they created a different version of Bridget named Suquilin? I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Suquilin Wang from season 5, episode 4, Jubilation. I was disappointed that she looked nothing like Bridget. Moving forward with the other characters, we get to see Tom and Sabine, with Tom overly protective of their daughter, which was also shown in the series. As for Alia, I missed Alia's wavy hair and feel like she got her hair a ribbon in the movie. As per Chloe, she is being her usual bratty self in here, but her looks are also upgraded. Maybe that's why Sala matched her voice in her than her usually pitchy tone in the series. But I don't see Adrian interacting with her or being close with her, unlike in the series, that they really interact. As for the Kwamis, the meet-up of both the holders and their Kwamis were not forced. The rest of the characters in Marinette's class are also shown in the background. I didn't get to see if they have shown Kagami and Layla though. Early access of Midori draws is available in My Coffee. Just go to coffee.com/LadyMidori and go to My Tip Jar. You can choose two options. One is to give a one-time payment and two is to choose monthly subscription for me to continue making contents like this. What I liked about the film: the animation. Compared to the series, I really loved how smooth the animation is in this movie. Every strand of their hair moves separately, the sparkle in their suits at night, and the transformation sequence. The song and the scores. Unlike the Christmas special, which I cringed when Ladybug and Cat Noir were singing, the movie didn't disappoint with the songs and its scores. The lyrics was on spot and their expressions were mind-blowing. I see a lot complaining that the original voices didn't get to sing the singing voices of the main characters, but I believe it's already been agreed long ago that Lou would be the singing voice of Marinette. I even thought that Lenny Kim would be singing Adrian's voice because they're the original artists who sang The Wall Between Us. The power. The Kwamis' power weren't explained in the movie, but we get to see a couple of things. 1. I like that both the earrings and the ring glow when there's an Akuma attack. 2. The Kwamis can come out of the jewel even though it's in use. 3. The Kwamis can force the holder to use them and the holder has no say because they are the chosen one. The villain. Adding a top hat in Hawkmoth's costume is just villainous. It fits him since the costume does seem lacking. Hawkmoth didn't akumatize someone Marinette knew. It was a group of strangers, which I believe should at least happen in the series. There are some strangers he akumatized in the series, but most of them is from Marinette's circle. We get to see Gabriel holding back when he realized that the young hero he is desperately trying to destroy is his own son. I guess since this is in a different universe, we can accept this version of how the story went through. If Miraculous Ladybug and Cat Noir is going to get a reboot, I think Zag is in the right path if it's not rushed. Adrian's existence. Now, I'm avoiding this topic because it's been a hot topic that made the whole fandom toxic, not only because of the damn love square. We saw how Emily is pregnant with Adrian. So, in this universe, we get to see Adrian being born and not as something created out of the Miraculous. Besides this, we get to see Adrian stand up to his father when Adrian came home late. We see Gabe being actually worried about him. And I love that he retorted, "I'm really sorry, but I really hate the idea they made of Adrian in the series." Lots of questions pop up and I realized that the writers seem to lean on the fan theories and fan fiction rather than their own original concept. It's not very original of them. This is just an opinion of mine, as I've seen ambassadors theorize left and right about some stuff about the series, and later on, it was revealed that it matches their theory. Coincidence? No. I've seen theories about Julika and Luca being siblings in the fandom, but it was only confirmed when they revealed it in the series. Actually, the build-up never made any sense, unless it was an original concept way back. And the Senti being theory? Oh my god, don't get me started. There has been an ongoing war with the theory, and it only seemed to die down when season 5 came out. I want to believe that Adrian is an actual child that came out of Emily, but if the series won't give me that, I'm actually happy the movie was made. At least in a different universe, Adrian is a real boy and will continue to exist without fearing of disappearing because of a magical jewel. Besides, if the theory is indeed true as it was shown in the series, why would they have to make Emily pregnant? I just realized that they also did that in the series. I'm sorry. I haven't watched Protection yet, where it was supposedly revealed what Adrian, Felix, and Kagami are. I just watched some reviews by fellow YouTubers and see what they think about the episode, because sometimes fans can be so biased and they can be over-analyzing the details. I know I can't say anything yet since I haven't watched the episode itself, but this is just my point of view. Anyway, I believe that Emily and Gabe just create the existence out of the jewel without coming from Emily. If Adrian and Felix did came out of their mother's wombs, I refuse to think they are even sentient beings, as they came from a 100% human, unless their parents are sentient beings. I mean, imagine, whenever they made a sentient being, it just pops out of nowhere, out of whatever object they're supposedly holding that would be controlling them, right? That's what happened in the series. So, they could just have created Adrian and Felix that way, or Kagami. So why would they have to get Emily and Amelie pregnant in just to create Adrian and Felix if they are going to be sentient beings? It doesn't make any sense. It only meant that I'm not going to consider Adrian, Felix, or Kagami if they all came from their mother's wombs, because most of the sentient beings just popped out of nowhere, out of an imagination, an emotion created by the holder. And I'm going to stick with that. Lady Noir dynamic. Less Adrianette but more Lady Noir dynamic that we failed to get in the series teared me up. They did not banter in this movie. They get to dance together, eat ice cream together, sparred together. Ladybug wasn't dismissive of Cat Noir's advances. She was evasive but not dismissive that she'd hurt Cat Noir. What I disliked about the film: the animation. Although I love the details and the colors of the film, I prefer their look in the series. Cat Noir's transformation and power. Yes, Marinette's transformation to Ladybug was so beautiful and dramatic that I wished we get to see Cat Noir's transformation too. He did get a lot of screen time and song of his own, in which he really deserved to. the plot. It was rushed, and just like I mentioned earlier, it was a combination of the PV and all the series altogether, but a bit better. If a non-Miraculous viewer watched the film, I don't think they can quite get how the powers work and how Marinette actually fell for Adrian. The relationship with other characters. During the attack in the theme park, we don't get to see Marinette and Adrian's sense of urgency when both of their friends and Marinette's father were in the vicinity. That should be enough for Marinette to push herself not to doubt herself and be Ladybug. My favorite part in the film is when Lady Noir sang Stronger Together. It's giving me the Glaciator vibes when Cat Noir confesses under the full moon, and Ladybug also turned him down without actually hurting him. The song showed us that they really should work together, unlike what we had in the series, that Ladybug just doing all the work, and Cat Noir just being the literal sidekick when his presence is just as equal as she is. Rate 4/5. Minus 1 point because of the dislikes I mentioned earlier. Is Miraculous the movie worth watching? If you're a fan, then 100% yes. If you didn't like how the series ended in season 5, then another reason to watch this. About the drawing. I was thinking of what to draw for this episode as I've already drawn Adrianette dancing in their formal attire. If you want the full view of the fan art, go check my Patreon. Moving on, so I've thought of another scene that was robbed of us from both the series and the movie. The Lady Noir date night. Sure, the ice cream time may seem like a date but not really romantic. Sure, they've gone through the movies, but they weren't really intimate or anything. I've thought of the scene from The Lady and the Tramp, so I'm going to recreate it and do it Lady Noir style. I'll be calling it The Lady and the Cat. Hehe, yeah, I know, very original. Anyway, I won't be showing the second panel where they'll be kissing. That would be only exclusive in my Ko-fi account. So if you want to view and download the fan art, go to my Ko-fi account and show your support by doing a monthly subscription or a tip. Moving on, it was heartwarming that the Lady Noir ship more than in the movie than in the series. We've seen a couple of times how Ladybug rejected Cat Noir's advances until it came to the point that the love square was jumbled and Ladybug was now chasing Cat Noir. The movie did justice to this ship as we get to see Cat Noir being appreciated and noticed that they need to work together to be stronger. Unlike in the series, Ladybug had to decide which Miraculous holder works for her because the lucky charm tells her to do so. But she also has the option to include Cat Noir and not just have him get stuff she needs while he does all those hard work. Heck, There are lots of instances that the lucky charm is so complicated that I thought were in a mystery. I prefer Mr. Bug's lucky charm. It isn't too complicated. I mean, if I'm going to fight a villain, I don't think I have time to overthink the plan and do a scientific approach on stuff. I guess it really depends on the holder. Did you catch me doing puns while doing a review? Looks like Cat Noir got me. So, how many puns all in all? First one to answer gets a shout out and gets to decide which film or series I should do next. Send in your ideas in a comment section below and I will start making them after I'm done with my list. And here's the final art for the lady and the cat. And as mentioned, you'll get to see my pawsome artwork, which includes the second panel in my Ko-fi account, so be sure to show your love in there. Catch you later!